Good morning, my friends. Hope you're all having a wonderful morning. It's currently around 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm starting off with Hydra Beauty Camellia Water Cream from Chanel, just to add a little bit of moisture. I don't really have a plan. Well, I'm going to work. That's a plan. But I don't have a plan for my makeup today. I am really tired and my eye bags are vile today. Look like horrible skin flaps hanging. Not really much I can do about that, apart from getting them a bit hydrated. So I don't really have a good plan on what to do, what to wear. I'm going to use a Le Beige. This is the Water Fresh tint, and I am in medium light. I'm going to use this for a little bit, just while I can, because it's a little bit dark and my skin is getting lighter by the day, feels like. Sorry, I have a talkative cat yelling at me outside the door. So if you can hear her, I apologize. She doesn't like closed doors. Yeah, that's Biffen, or the beef. This is a very, very light foundation. But I didn't feel like there was any point in trying to hide my eye bags. Can't really cover those up. And if I start to try to cover them up, it just looks worse. There we go. But I really like this because it makes me look quite hydrated. I'm gonna clean my hands. Well, clean. Not really, but I'm gonna try to get a little bit of the yuckiness off. I hate having grubby hands, as you all know. There we go. I am then gonna go in. I think I'm actually gonna use the Chanel bronzer, since I'm getting a little bit lighter. This one is a little bit light now. Right now, it does look a little bit more like a contour currently. I'm going to use the brush I used yesterday. I think this one is a good brush for this. As you can see, it's not giving me much. Just a little bit of a tan, or if you call it a tan. But this one will be very good when I am at my fairest, because it doesn't look at all orange. And I do struggle a lot with bronzers in particular. I have found some really, really good ones that I really like this summer actually. I did purchase, earlier this spring, I purchased the Farah Humidi bronzer. This is in Bois. This is the lightest shade. Absolutely adore that one. And as you can see, it does look a little bit purple. It does have a reddish purplish. It doesn't have any orange in it. So this one I do love. And I also purchased this summer at Kiko, the Just Cavalli bronzer. These ones, they come out with every summer, and I think it's actually the same kind of shades. I think I recognize it from last summer. But I really like that one. I thought it would look very yellow on me, but it actually looked quite good. Perhaps it's because I was a little bit more, I had a little bit of a tan this year. I went to Spain in March, and I went to Spain, well, for a month in June. So I already had a bit of a tan. So I think perhaps that could be, I'm just going to put a little bit of darkness down here. Try to hide the flabber. So I think that could be it actually. I have a little bit of more of a tan than I normally have. I'm normally like a light 3, I would say, in the summertime, and I am a light 3 now. Well, light medium according to this one, so it is a little bit darker. So perhaps that's why the Kiko bronzer worked this year. I'm not sure. I bought it last year, but I'm not sure if I bought exactly the same color, because of course those being limited edition, it's hard to tell. But that one was a little bit too yellow. But this one, this year, it's been great. I am then going to go in with Tom Ford. Alicia Archer made me do it. I know she's definitely not the same color as me. I love her beautiful bronze color. I'm so envious. But we do like the same kind of stuff. And normally the tones that she, I mean, of course, all the tones that she buys, they look darker on me, but I always love the ones that she recommends. So I bought this one. And I really, really like it. This one, however, is very orange, but in a good way. And I really like it. I can wear like peachy colors, and this one is fairly, I shouldn't say neutral, but it is, of course, a bit orange, but it looks good. I don't know why. It's a very neutral, kind of burnt orange, but it works. Taking a little bit on my forehead as well. And it looks quite natural on me, despite being orange. Don't know why, but I like it. I hope the lighting is okay. It does look a little bit dark and weird. I am struggling with my lights. Could be that I'm wearing white. I'm not sure. Urban Decay Primer Potion. Love this one. Really need to go and buy a new one today, because this one is on its last leg. It's getting very clumpy. And I have had this one for, well, it's way before the summer. I think I bought it in January, so it's probably a bit off. But it smells fine and it works fine. But it is getting a little like thick and weird. So I think it's time to throw that one out and buy a new one. But I use this every single day, and I've been probably using this for good 8 months. So it lasts really well. Okay, what am I going to put on my eyes today? I don't know. I don't really have a plan. Yeah. Let's go in with the Natasha Denona Tan palette. Adore this one. It's, I think, my favorite Natasha Denona 15 pan. I've been using it loads, and I will continue to use it loads. Grabbing a synthetic brush. I think this one is probably from H&M or something like that, or BH Cosmetics, I'm not sure. Could be either. It does look like a BH. Yeah, it's BH Cosmetics. So I am going in with Lazy right there. I think they might be blasting somewhere in the vicinity, so if you hear a bang, don't get scared. They are rebuilding my neighbor's house. But I think they should be done with all the blasting. I'm not sure how long yet they have to blast for. They did do a lot of blasting earlier this year. Oh, sorry, I have to open for the cats. very angry. Sorry, you can see all my shoes laid out. I'm packing again. Yeah, now we have an angry cat. Biffen. I'm gonna take her up so you can see her. Oh. This is the cat. This is Biffen. She's not very happy right now. Gonna put her on the bed. Whee! Now I have cat hair everywhere. Sorry about that. Yep. She doesn't like it when she's ignored. And she is very talkative. Oh, I have cat hair in my makeup now. Lovely. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I'm going in with Paddle, that is slightly darker. And the beef says okay. She approves, I think. She's just going to walk around and yap a bit until she goes to bed. Sorry. It's the way she rolls. She needs to do it before she settles down and goes to sleep. Oh, cat hair everywhere. Okay, so that was Paddle, a little bit darker. I am then going to go in with, what's this one? Soft Spot. And add a little bit more darkness. These shadows are quite powdery. So you should kind of tap them off. Otherwise you might get some fallout. I haven't gotten any, but I need to be a little bit mindful. Okay, so I think I might go in with, should we do, thinking of that one, Serene. Yeah, let's try that one. That is a quite light, sort of taupey color. Oh, this one looks more like a topper. I haven't tried all of these, and that's a bit of what I struggle with Natasha Denona, because generally her eyeshadows don't really look on the lid like they do in the pan. I prefer the Pat McGrath version where they actually will show up and look like what they look like in the pan. But with Natasha Denona you need to kind of remember what they look like, and I don't, because I have way too many eyeshadows to keep track of. And I don't want to have to swatch them. So I generally just go with the flow and think, okay, I'll try this one today, and it will end up looking like what it looks like. I can't really do anything about that. But this is a very nice shadow. It's a very light and very serene shadow. And it's called Serene, of course. This is very easy to wear. Gives you a little bit of darkness, but not much at all. Using the same tissue. However, I am struggling a bit, as I normally do. There's not a lot of very light shadows. I'm going to try and use this one in my inner corner. That's the only pet peeve of a lot of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. They never really have something that's light enough for the inner corner for me, because everything has a sort of base color, and especially when I'm fair, all the base colors actually show up as colors on me. I wish you would just put in a very light, not white, bright white, but like off-white color. because that one you could probably mix with other stuff. This works, but it's not perfect for me, at least. But I understand. I am not the majority of people. I am much fairer than most. Well, right now I'm not. Right now I think I'm about average. But in the winter time I am more fair than quite a lot of people. So I do understand that she's not able to cater to people of my colour, or lack thereof. So it's fine. I just have to bring one of her minis. I do have all the neutral minis. My favorite white one is in the mini Xenon. That is the best matte white one. I don't really use the other colors that much in that palette. It's just the white one that I want. So this was Celeste on the inner corner. In the viewfinder it actually does look really, really nice. In my mirror I can absolutely see that there's sort of a taupey base, but I think it's okay. I'm going in with Celeste using the same fluffy brush that I used. Just gonna give it a little wash on the brow bone. Yeah, it definitely has a taupey base. But it's fine. We'll make it work. I prefer to try to use the same palette whenever I do my looks. I don't want to have to go into other palettes because I think it's not much of a sport. I'm using the same colors that I use in my transitions shade. Oh my god, I can't speak. As transition shades on my globe line. So it's the same. It's Lazy Soft Spot and Paddle. It's those two and that one. I'm just mixing them up and dragging them around my eye. There we go. And I'm sure I'm going to be yelled at by my optician today. I'm going back to the optician. I'm trying a new pair of lenses and she just wants to make sure that they are okay. She's brilliant. Endless Cacao, just to give a little structure to my lip. Paint it back. Just to put on some shade on my lower lip. Since I'm going to the optician, I'm not sure if I should put anything in my eye. She might not enjoy that. Oh my god, I have cat hair everywhere. Biffen. Jesus. Itching all over my face. Well, not itching, but I can feel them. Sorry if I'm sitting here removing imaginary things on my face. I think I'm going to go in with Ash. My favorite one. Love this one. I was looking for Cocoa, but couldn't find that one. Oh, I love this. It's just nice to have a little bit of tight line, make your lashes look fuller. I am then going to go in with the Le Beige, same one as always. Ooh, and I got a test of the new Coco Mademoiselle Crush perfume, and I really like that one. I'm not a big fan of Coco Mademoiselle. I think it's too girly for me, it's too fresh. But I did like the new Crush version. And I wore it the other day, and my husband was like, "Oh, you smell nice." So he liked it as well, which is always nice. So I do recommend, if you're into perfumes, I recommend that one if you go and have a sniff. For me, it's still very, very, I wouldn't say generic, but it's very, oh, cat hair, sorry, in the mascara. It's quite basic to me, but I am very much into heavy, weird fragrances. That's usually very, very expensive. I do have a few that I love that are quite cheap. I can do a video on those if you want, if you're interested. But I do like a little bit more dirty, grubby fragrances. My next one that I'm planning on buying is from Perfumer H, which is UK-based brand. They're based in London, and I'm going there in a few weeks. I bought a sample set from them that I've loved every single scent in that sample set. But I did try when I was there. They have a perfume, what is it called? Rain Cloud, I think. That one I really, really like. So I need to sniff around a bit, but I'm definitely going to purchase a full-size bottle. They are really expensive. I think they're about £220 or something. So it's not something. It's not a cheap brand by any means, but that's for like 100ml. But they do make the most wonderful perfumes. They also have one called Leather that I really like. And what was the other one called? I can't remember now. Yeah, well, I'm going to go there and I'm going to spend some hard-earned cash, I think. That's the only thing I'm really planning on buying in the UK. Well, no, I am going to go in and buy the Farah Hamidi blush. I'm going to look at the new blushes that she has released because I've absolutely been loving this guy. The only thing I don't love is that the blushes apparently come in the same kind of packaging, so I won't be able to tell them apart. So I'm thinking that perhaps I'm going to buy a refill because I do have quite a few of the kind of C palettes. So I think I'm going to place it in one of those instead. Because I would have liked to have a different kind of shade, because otherwise I'm just not going to remember which one is which. And they are very heavy. So they're not the best to use. They are sturdy, so I mean it keeps the product safe. But it's not the best thing to put in your makeup bag when you are traveling. So I think I might buy a refill of that one. And I do have the case anyway, so if I want to bring the blush, but the only problem is then I can't bring the bronzer. So I think I might, I'm not sure, we'll see. I'm hoping that they will come up with different colors on the cases, because otherwise it's a very expensive. I mean, I think I paid nearly, it wasn't £99, but somewhere in the region. So it's a very expensive product. It's a brilliant product. I'm very happy that I bought it. I haven't regretted my purchase at all. I have used it a lot. So I do recommend it, but I'm not sure. I think the refill is like £48 or something. So I'm not sure if you need to pay like £40 for the compact. We'll see. But those are the only two things I'm planning on buying. Because then I'm obviously going to Hong Kong straight after. Oh, and I'm going to Italy before that, so I'm probably going to stop in at Kiko and do some damage. I'm not sure if I will actually. I would definitely step in and see what they have, but I did buy a ton of Kiko stuff in the summer in Spain, so I don't think I really need anything from Kiko. I probably have half of everything they'd make. But I am going to go in and see if they still make the foundation stick that they had, this one. I absolutely adore this one. I'm going to bring this with me to Italy. I love, love, love my Chanel ones. This one I think I might bring as well, but it's liquids, so it takes up space. There we go, my friends. I'm just going to put on some L'Occitane. This is just a lip balm. This one is really, really good. I am then going to put on one of these. I have the beige one in my handbag. That's it for me, my friends. 26 minutes. Sorry about that. It's a very chatty get ready with me as usual. Oh, I'm going to use my perfume today. Perfume of the day is L'Eau d'Hiver by Frédéric Malle. This one is created by my favorite perfumer, Jean-Claude Delena. He makes all the perfumes for Hermès. Some of the ones that they sell in regular shops, but he has made all of the high-end ones that they sell in the Hermès shop. And I have quite a few of those as well that I absolutely love. But this is my third bottle, and you can see it's nearly finished, so I need to buy a new one. If you're based in Sweden, you can get these at Cow Perfumery in Gothenburg and in Stockholm, and they have a shop in Copenhagen as well. I'm not sure if Copenhagen shop carries these, but I'm pretty sure they do. So this will be the perfume of the day. This is my favorite autumn scent. I adore this. It's a very, very much of a skin scent. It smells a bit wet and mossy, and kind of like you're in a forest in early fall. I adore this. I've been using this one for years and years, and this is one of my staple ones. One of my staple summer fragrances is Fracasse. That's very flowery, white, kind of gardenia scent. Another staple that I've had for years and years and years is Chanel No. 5. Of course, I love that one too. But this is absolutely one of my favorite fall fragrances, and I use it in the summertime as well sometimes, because it's a very fresh but interesting scent. So if you have Frédéric Malle's fragrances, you can find these at Liberty's. I'm pretty sure that they have them on Selfridges as well. Go and have a sniff and let me know in the comments what you think of these. If you want me to talk more about perfumes and what I have quite an extensive collection. Please let me know and I will talk more about perfumes. Thank you so much for joining me, and have an absolutely lovely day. See you soon. Bye.